welcome to another episode of Limitless. Today we have Ntsiki Mazwai. A lot of people bamazi njengomuntu from the socials, but I know Ntsiki unfortunately.
The
Outside
unfortunate
socials.
is mine. The unfortunate is mine. But continue with your intro. And I was expecting something better.
Yeah.
The extraordinary, the almighty.
Yeah,
I can
I'm
give
coming.
you a list.
I'm coming.
Fine.
I'm coming. Don't worry. Hey. So I'm coming.
We can't compliment the guy.
Yeah. So today we're going to try by all means to derombe another side of Ntsiki that people don't know, because I know Ntsiki as an incredible woman, a very strong woman with very strong views. Don't laugh. Very strong views, and someone that does not buy face. You know, regardless who you are, where you come from, how Ntsiki is related to you, whether father, mother, or family, or friend, or whatever, Ntsiki will always be Ntsiki. That's what I like about her. And since the first time we've met, I think our energies, because of that, Ntsiki doesn't care who you are, what you have. It's not hers, Ntsiki. She's proper. You know what I mean? Do you like the introduction?
I'm enjoying it. Continue. Yeah, man. Hey, the podcast. Yes.
Ntsiki, welcome.
Welcome. Thank you so
Welcome.
much for having me.
Thank you so much for coming through. Yeah, I know that you're quite busy, and I really appreciate your time that you came through. I don't take it for granted.
Thank you.
I know you're always studying, Ntsiki. I don't understand.
I know.
You're always studying. You had a degree, you had a master's. I don't know what you're doing now.
I know.
What are you doing
This
now?
year I've done 2 short courses. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. I just think knowledge
What for, though?
is power, and it's important to me. I want to be in control of my world, and to see things and to be able to play chess. So when you don't have knowledge, it's hard for you to play chess in this world.
Yeah.
So for me, that's actually what it's about. It's about just connecting everything that I need to know. Like right now, I'm doing a music business course with Boston Media House.
Okay.
And I'm finding that I was in the music industry before I studied it. So I was doing things without knowledge. Now
you can see on the flip side, yes, I'm messed up here and here and here.
Yep.
And if I had the knowledge, I would have done better.
Yep.
So you would also encourage the up and coming musicians and artists who
Totally.
they need to make sure that they equip themselves with knowledge instead of jumping into the industry they don't understand.
Especially the music business side, because it's easy to be exploited.
True.
A lot of these shocks, if you don't know the information, they're not going to give it to you. Like the other day, I was seeing a tweet by DJ Spoo where he was saying something like, Zahara's very lucky she's got her publishing. And I was like, what do you mean she's lucky? Publishing is something that belongs to the creator. So I don't understand why we must applaud
but do you think
that she...
a contract?
That's for... There's different types of royalties in this. So you get royalties from every time your radio...
School me, please.
Every time your music plays and stuff, there is royalties you get from some rows. Then there's royalties that a record label pays out to the artist for record sales, mechanical royalties.
Yes.
You see?
True.
So now your publishing rights, which are rights that occur when, as soon as you write a piece, or you write music, or you write some words, the minute you've created an original piece of work, the publishing is yours. Unless you explicitly write that I'm giving away my publishing, but it belongs to you. So what has been happening in our industry is that these record labels and the dodgy people on the side have been taking people's publishing, and that's why they put their names there. I was actually once in a compilation where when I went to go sign my contracts for my publishing thingies, because I'm very on it. I'm always like, hey, I know what's mine here. When I got there and I looked at the other people who worked on the same compilation, and I was like, why is the record label on the publishing performs. I don't understand that. I was in studio, and in fact, the producer was this. Why is his name not on here? So that's why I'm coming back to the point of DJ Sue mustn't make it seem like he did Zahara a favor. It's Zahara's royalties. It's her publishing. It belongs to her. She wrote the songs. It's her songs. So he never had any claim to them. The only claim to the music is the master that he made to go and reproduce and make money off this master. But in terms of the publishing, it's not something to be proud of that you're saying your artists got their publishing. Of course they got their publishing, it's theirs.
So do you still wanna go deeper into this music thing? Because now if you're equipping yourself with knowledge.
Yes.
So you still wanna release more records in terms of
I
music.
think
you come a long way, by the way, in terms of music, and people don't know that.
Yeah.
People don't know. People don't know that you once featured in a song with Euphonic.
People don't know that I'm somehow wrong. These 2000s are always like, oh my God, Ntsiki, it's you who does it. My heart skips a beat.
Yeah,
I
they
know.
don't know that.
And then they like, sometimes they think I'm like 20 something, and I'm like,
And
no, guys.
was a huge song.
I was 25 when No Wrongo came out. And I'm always like, guys, actually.
And now you're 41.
I turned 41 last week. Yes.
How do you feel?
I'm feeling so good because I'm starting to own my power and own my age group. Because now, exactly. So I'm enjoying that. I mean, even with the studying the music, it means now I can help other young artists. And
but while you're still recording yourself, because I think you still have a lot of juice when it comes to that.
Especially
from the there's a track that you recorded in my presence, and I was like, damn, it was not poetry.
Yes.
It's like pure music.
Yes.
And a lot of people now know you as Ntsiki that does poetry.
Yes.
But they don't know how rich you are when it comes to umculo from back then. I mean, Umawuta that you featured on the song with. Like, it's crazy.
Yes.
And people don't know that you've been with people that they deem legends.
Yeah.
In one song.
Yeah. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And that's what I like, when I go back to your history and look at what you've done. You've written your own history alone as a person. And I know I can say that, but however, I know that in the music industry, people get, you need certain people to open doors for you. But those people that open doors, you should never sell your soul to them. And when are you very strong when it comes to that?
I never sold them. That's why my songs don't become hits. They don't make the radio, because I'm just like, I'm here to make music. I don't want to be in the politics of everything. I don't want anyone to make me, because then they can break me. And also, I want to make...
That's powerful.
Yeah, I want to make music that's evergreen. Yabo? So...
What do you mean by that?
It means that...
Always there?
Even when you go through my catalog now, songs I did 20 years ago sound fresh. They still, So for me, it's not so much about the December hits. It's more...
It's about the
mileage. I want to be here in the long run, I don't want to cheapen my brand quickly. So I don't want to mention names, but I saw one of our locals.
That's unlike you, not mentioning names. I know you drop, girl.
I know.
You drop names.
But this local artist who's big in the country did some song about sex, but it's very crude. Like faki, all this like crazy stuff. You haven't seen it, ne? I'm gonna show you after
the
this.
Music video.
There's even a music video, uyatangalaza, and saying all these sex things and whatever. It's a female artist who did not need to do that. They're extremely talented. There was some Nigerian or something, and they have got a full-on song about sex and fucking, and I was like, you're too talented for this. What are you doing? So I think that for me,
someone said sex sells.
I was just like, you really? Oh, wow, okay, cool. But then also I mustn't judge people, yabo, because there's different types of, and just because I wouldn't do that doesn't mean somebody else doesn't find value for their brand in that.
Yeah.
So I'm also learning to be shocked, but be shocked quietly. Like with Zodwa.
But Uzora doesn't give a flying.
You know how much I love her. I get so mad when I see the videos with the men there with their fingers. I'm always like, get your hands off her! Stop it! Just stop it!
That's you on the other side watching. That was the latest one that happened.
That's the one! I was like, stop it! Hey!
But Zoda was like chill afterwards. Zoda was like, those are my people. Those are my people.
So that's why I was saying
leave them alone.
that.
Don't accuse them of anything, you know. If I feel uncomfortable, I'll move away.
Yeah,
and blah, blah, blah. But Uzoda, like, she's a special soul.
That's why I was saying that I'm having to learn that what applies to me might not necessarily apply to other people.
Yeah.
And how I look after my brand. And because I want my brand to sustain me for all my life. I want when my peers going to...
And consistency. I mean, when you're being consistent.
That's all I want.
What you say, what you believe in, how you move.
When my peers retire, because now they're all flourishing in their big houses and their big cars, but their retirement is coming. And me, when retirement comes, the young ones are going to be like, Gog Ntsiki, come speak to us here. So I know that I'm working on a brand that's always going to be in touch with human beings and human beings on the ground and developing the future. So I can't cheapen it by taking little shortcuts because I want to hit.
True, yeah. And you know, I also want to tap into your spiritual world, you know. I know, like, recently you're big when it comes to nature. You go outside more. You love sleeping outside. You love sort of communicating with nature through your energy.
Yes.
You know, and what's up with that? And what happened? What hit you for you to get into
wake
that space,
up and be like, whoa. You know, it's so fascinating because izinto zamadlozi and having callings is not something that if ukhule esilungwini, you know,
ukhulele esilungwini wena?
Well, my English says quite a bit, I think. I've got good English.
We come from Triple S and Super T,
You see, I that's why I was saying that. But the privilege with that is that you grew up amongst black people. So when you grow up amongst blacks, you can be black. Those of us who go to private schools, our parents are trying to make us fit in, so we must be less black, so we don't get to explore our African. Exactly. Our African.
People don't talk about that.
Exactly. So we don't get to explore African spirituality.
Yes.
So, Mina, when I started seeing my stuff is falling apart because it will mess things up. Where you are brilliant, but your stuff is not coming together. Or, so I had to acknowledge that, okay, there's some other conversation happening here because I'm too clever to not. Yeah. I'm too clever not to have a Porsche. I was like, this doesn't make sense,
Yeah.
So I had to acknowledge abantu abadala.
Yeah. Amadlozi.
I had to remove myself from the familiar and family and friends. And I mean, the past 5 years, so many people have lost me. And
I can imagine.
And I'm just like, I can't. I have to shop for myself. I'll come and explain to you in about 10 years' time when this makes sense to me. But I can tell that I can see things. I can read, which is what gets me into trouble, incidentally, with Twitter. Where I'm giving a reading of what's happening, and then everyone's like, "What the? What?" And exactly.
Yeah.
And the reason they're pissed off is because I've hit a truthful nerve.
Yeah.
So that's actually how I came to recognize my spiritual gift. Was when I saw the mess on Twitter, and I was like, but I'm the only one this is happening to. Everybody else can comment on their Twitter account as they feel. The minute I said, because somebody else can say exactly what I'm saying and nothing happens. But when I said it, there's an energy shift in the whole, then in the country and then in the media and now, and so I had to be like, why is this happening to me? Then it was like, oh, okay, cool. So you've got the spiritual gift that is the journey is connected to the black people of South Africa.
Yeah.
And being that voice and just being, the custodian of that space in my generation.
Yeah.
So I'm still learning, I find it amazing when people are like, yeah, I'm already sangoma, and I'm just like, wow, how did you do that so quickly? For me, it's like taking a whole lifetime,
Do you want to be a sangoma?
I don't think it's a want. I don't think you choose.
How does it work? Because I really don't.
It's a calling. There are things there was no point in my life, or when I was young, I was like, oh my God, I want to be a healer. This is so cool. There was none of that. There was no influence of that in my life. Literally in boarding school. So when I got out, like my first year of university, that was when it's starting to be like, things come and fetch me. That's how I started the beadwork. And that's why now...
Beautiful, by the way.
Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
It's beautiful, yeah.
That's why for people who understood African spirituality back then, they knew. Like my older sister, when I started doing the beadwork stuff, she was very humble towards it. With my family, when I'm sitting and doing my beads, everybody steps back and it's just like they on that level, Okay. So I learned through seeing how I'm treated with the beads that, okay, there's something else here going on. But still, it's taken me long. It's taken me long. I just know through the dreams or just how I interact with people. There's a vibration that I have naturally. Whatever space I walk in, people either get pissed off or they feel lots of love.
Yeah. But there's no gray area.
No, there's no indifference when I walk into a room. They either have this, everybody's got an opinion, or they really feel me, or they really dislike me. So I know that
care.
It's not my business. It's not my doing. I'm not here to exist for other people. And,
That's dope.
Yeah. I think that's what 40 did to me. Because I was just like, hey, guys, sorry.
Marayim, no.
Sorry. Already. But everybody who's feeling me, come over here.
No, because I read somewhere they say, Gucci, about newspaper, they always misquote things.
Yes.
So I never really take whatever that's written serious.
Especially with me.
Yeah, like
they don't even.
We had Uzotwasa, like I was like Uzotwasa.
Oh yeah, they just pick up. What irritates me about the media is that they're all intimidated by me and they don't have the guts to come to me and be like, what's happening? What did you mean when you said this? I just find it so pathetic and stupid. Yeah. Because
they can come to you and ask you directly.
I'm so accessible. I talk to people on Twitter all day, every single day, freely, and I'm just like, this is so simple. You actually don't need to be doing what you're doing. But then again, I understand. So it's part of the calling stuff, and I'm supposed to.
And now I see you climbing mountains as well.
I'm climbing mountains. It's a good time. It's a good time in my life.
Good space. For real. Like true story. You're in a good space.
I'm in a good space.
And I think Pen, you should because Pen loves climbing mountains as well.
Oh really?
Yeah,
you like hiking?
But he's strong. But I did hike with him one time. Hey, I saw flames.
I did hike with you. You also saw flames that time. It's like maybe you always think flames. Melanie sleep, Messi.
No. Ngicala ukuslima 1st of October. Ngicala ukuslima it's
like first October.
1st of October.
That's nice.
Because I also enjoy climbing mountains, there's something about it that I cannot explain, besides health or anything else, but there's something about it.
Nature is alive.
I did Clarence.
Oh really?
It was crazy.
Such a pretty town. And just nowhere in Clarence, you know that? Yeah. You must take me one day.
It was beautiful. We'll go. It was beautiful, but I need to take care of the health first. I need to slim. I need to slim a bit. I need to come down.
Yeah.
I need to come down with the food.
I agree. I agree.
No, that's dope. And what I know you like reading a lot. And is there anything specific that you're reading now that you?
Right now a lot of my reading is very spiritual. All these Indian gurus in meditation, mind control.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of in that space of my life
Owning
where
yourself and owning your life fully.
manifesting. I don't do self-help books. I want the spiritual journey of everything.
Yeah, because that's
So-
where your space is right now.
That's my space is right now. I do lots of meditation and I enjoy it, and it's changed
Lovely,
my
lovely.
oh.
And you love sleeping outside.
Ooh, I love sleeping generally, to be honest. Yes. I just love sleeping.
With everything else you do.
Imnand, I know it's because I'm very extreme. I sleep a lot and I've got a lot of energy.
Yeah,
So-
you're busy.
I'm here to work, guys. We're all here to work. You must find your purpose,
Yeah, true.
right?
True. And what do you think of the where South Africa is going now with this COVID thing?
Yo, I was hoping you wouldn't ask me that. Okay, so let me just say, because let's talk about the vaccine.
Yeah,
And I'm going to
let's
talk
go
about.
there.
Let's just go there.
Let's just go in.
Let's
And I
just
know you're gonna
that's
go
good,
in
that's
deep.
good, that's good.
Just go in.
It's because I've been sitting quietly and we're being censored. You can't talk. Then you get into trouble for talking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I actually want to speak as a human being
Yeah.
and talk about how because we talk about everything, We're like, oh, this flower is so pretty. It makes me feel like this. Oh, this makes me feel, but we're not allowed to do that with the vaccine. So I'm like, now we're not getting time. We can't.
You must just take it. Why are you questioning?
So for me, first of all, I don't use medication. I don't use
Western medication.
I don't use Western medication
At all.
at all. I know which herbs my body needs for what. I know how to look. My natural immune system is very strong because of the way I look after it. So I'm troubled by the fact that the messaging of leadership is not about healing and holistic healing. It's about buying the vaccine. So for me, that's troubling. Because I also noticed when first COVID came out, why did we disregard indigenous knowledge systems and
Yeah.
our indigenous healers?
In Africa.
We just they mised them, and we kept saying, no, guys, imiti, and anyways, science is based on imiti, and they're just like, no, we have to get it from the white people. No, there's no solution for COVID outside of white people, outside of
And you were
Johnson
like,
and Johnson.
nah.
Then I'm like, nah, fam.
It's not
Nah,
gonna fly
fam.
with me.
Nah, fam. I'm like, there's billions of people in the world.
Yeah.
Billions of people. There is nothing in the world that affects, except for the sun and the moon and nature, that affects us all in the exact same way. Nipamben. Imagine. So now
Different immune systems.
now we must all have one brand. Okay, everybody, you have to use Nike. We have to. Everybody, you have to use
Everybody.
everybody. The whole world must
If
go
not,
Nike.
you won't be able to go buy food.
Yeah, boy. So I'm just like, nah, this is crazy.
I read an article this morning.
I saw that.
They say no vaccine, no vote,
I
and
saw
people are like, yeah, that's what you want. No vaccine, no vote.
I was just like, how does it make sense to people to inject yourself with a substance that you don't even know for the rest of your life?
But when you were growing up, they did inject you with
Did we-
stuff.
And did we agree to it?
No, it was like.
These are some of the conversations we actually need to start having. To
So
be
I-
like,
I
wait a
still
minute,
have-
guys.
I still have the
Yeah, why are we doing this? Also, I hate every time you guys make other vaccinations and other
Or like
things. I hate it when you
JJ
do that.
And what it's better? Pfizer's better than JJ.
No, I
What?
when you do the thing where you go, no, we got vaccinated when we were small. We
Oh,
got
yeah,
immunized.
yeah, as
I
an
hate that.
argument.
I hate that.
Why?
Because COVID is brand new. It came last year.
Yeah.
Nobody has figured anything out. That's why this variant keeps changing, and then you must boost every 6 months because there's no solution yet. There's no solution. If the vaccine worked, they wouldn't need to do it every 6 months. It means we haven't got the formula yet. we still, and I'm like, guys,
Easy, man.
I can't bring my body to your experiment. Finish your experimenting, and then maseni tolile kahle sizoza, and willingly. But this thing where you're forcing me, and not only are you forcing me, but you're saying that nobody is going to get held accountable if anything happens to me.
As a disclaimer.
So I'm like, Aibo, I'm forced to have this thing, but no one must be held responsible if anything happens to me after taking it. Am I mad?
Crazy. That's crazy.
That's completely crazy. So for me, I've been like, I need to first sign forms that are going to the government. I'm going to say, if anything happens to me from this vaccine, then my family must be paid out 5 million rand for loss of income and loss of my life.
Yeah.
That's when I will vaccinate. When there's somebody standing on the side saying, no, we'll be held accountable. But for now, I must go there and put things in my body and nobody's going to be held accountable. If ndiafa.
No, it's quite we're living in
deep non-ngawuse times.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
no,
for real.
Yeah, for real.
Totally.
Yeah, but no ngawuse like private school no ngawuse.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's crazy.
Like, the believers and the non-believers.
Yeah, they're vaccinated and non-vaccinated.
It's crazy. And you know what also stresses me a bit? I'm like, for me, I don't care about the vaccinated. They don't stress me. And I'm like, why are you so stressed about me? Why are you so panicked? And why is everyone so panicked about...
Why are you pushing me to go vaccinate? No, I think they're doing that though, Ntsiki, so that because they say once all of us were vaccinated, then we can be able to go fill stadiums, go to concerts, go to, all together.
No, but you can still get COVID after vaccination.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, that this thing doesn't work. So why are we being bamboozled? And there's too much money talk flying around the international monetary funds and what, and WHO. And I'm like, these people, in the history of black civilization, white people have never given us something for our advancement. So why are we so trusting now?
Including the Bible.
That's what I was about to say. This is the Bible part 2. I'm just like, guys, why are we always so believing of this white...
Do you believe in the Bible?
Information. I believe in black stories. I believe in the fact that I think the Bible was plagiarized and remixed.
From Ethiopia?
From African stories. So from African legends and myths. I mean, when you do more of your research, you find out the African gods and goddesses that the Bible is based on, So I'm not a Christian, if that's what you're asking. No,
I'll come back to that. You mentioned something now that's very interesting. I read something somewhere. Someone was saying, Mansa Musa, the person, the man that is believed to be the richest man ever up until today. But there's no movies or stories or whatever about him. So I also found out about him when I was traveling to Mali and other countries. So I didn't know about him. And there's a lot of kids that don't know about him because there's no stories. But the problem is that us as well, black people, we don't create our own stories. We're
not documenting them.
We're not documenting our own stories.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. The thing is that Abantu Abamnyama come from an oral tradition. So we pass on our knowledge systems through oral and talking. And white people are the ones that write things down. So that's why there's a clash now in us being inundated with knowledge from the West and not having our own knowledge. But if you go to the village and the children sit with the grandparents, there is knowledge. We do have stories.
Yeah.
That's how you found out about this Mansa.
Yes.
Yeah, bo?
So you say you're not a Christian?
No,
I'm never been to church.
I've been to church. I need to school song. But somewhere along I was like,
dope Sunday school,
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. I just enjoyed the singing part because the music.
Yeah,
I just love expressing the music. But all along, I think that it was just always a bit weird. The whole thing, I was just like,
What church was it? Church, we see.
Oh, I went to Anglican.
Anglican.
I was Anglican. I'm actually from quite the generation of parents and whatever I come from were very political. So I come from quite a solid Bishop Nkwe, he's passed away now, and Gogomeki, who were very pivotal in the struggle politics of the country, and everybody around them. The Winnie Mandelas are from that circle, you know, all these power strong. So I'm from the Soweto side of the struggle politics of the country, and the churches that we went. Like I remember in the church I went to, we used to sing Inkosi Sigelela at the end of the service every week. Yes. So it was very much about, there were struggle songs in the church, you know? So I come from a conscientized background.
So how far back when you changed and you realized, nah, this Jesus Christ thing doesn't work?
I don't think I don't know if I ever thought Jesus Christ was my dog.
When are you
I don't think so. I was just like, I was like, yeah, sometimes
you're like one plus one.
I'm told you two liars, but like I'm sitting there, I'm going, yes, I'm told you two, yes, like I'm told
abantu bayawe esontweni Anglican bayawe nakhona
I sense look what in the bushiri is that no I never went to any of that charismatic.
But you ukhule ngesoft life yabona
ngijala kabi yazi ungimoshela i-street cred la
but ngiyabona ukuthi soft life there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you didn't choose.
No, you don't choose where you're born.
But I can see now you're like hardcore, like Kasi, you couldn't give a damn. Why now you like hardcore?
I am. It's because you know what? I think what it relates to, I think that, and this is going to sound a bit, might sound uncomfortable with people. When
it's limitless, it's okay.
When you have but sometimes people feel sometimes, especially about the poverty topic in the country, you have to be very careful in the privilege and the whatever. So when you've been exposed to privilege, I think that you see that there's nothing there. And the problem is that most black people didn't grow up in privilege, so they're chasing it still. That's where we're stuck as a nation.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's why you kept sending boys and
it's just, we're chasing this identity that is created on TV, but really when you inside there is really nothing there. It's white people who have just told you that you're better than other black people, but you're actually not. You're still black. And if you come out of that sentence, if something, God forbid, happens, you end up in Noord. You look like all the other blacks. There's nothing special about you.
Yeah, you're black.
You're black.
You know Jay's song, The Story of OJ?
You see? So that's what I was saying, Guti. The whole black soft life thing, I know we chase it, we want to feel special or whatever, and we're like, I'm not like the other blacks. And you're just like, no, but you are.
On Twitter and
exactly. No, but then you find out,
life,
you find out they are. There was another thing that I did the other day. This girl, so on point, her weave, she's even done a nose job, whatever, speaking good English, whatever.
Celebrity.
Then, not a celebrity, just like, but she was very talking big, and acting like they've got all these opportunities, whatever. Then I went and spoke to somebody who knows them. They were like, that person's from deep rural areas. They didn't even have curtains at their house. So we are living a fake what we want to be. We haven't owned.
Yeah.
We run away from the black poverty, whatever, and for me, it's us even putting it as poverty. For me, being in the rural area is not poverty, it's actually wealth. But because it's actually wealth. It's wealth.
Breathe fresh air.
It's wealth. You're on land.
Yeah.
You're eating proper food. There's fresh, it's a wealthy life. But for some reason, black people have got it the other way around, that they must chase machines, they must chase Gucci, they must chase Porsche, they must chase, and I'm just like, no, but there's nothing there, guys. It doesn't do anything for you as a human being. And when you lose all that stuff, then what are you?
Or who are you as well?
That's why I was saying, yeah, the
but
privilege.
that's why when it goes on and these girls, I'm a celebrity, because you're always clashing with them when it comes to something like that, because your level of understanding of ubani wena, maybe they're not there yet.
Bas-ekthela baswenkela ngempahla zasemsebenzini. Mabenza ama-shoot and then bashoot. Yeah, ngempahla zasemsebenzini, guys.
How?
They have the cars out. They'll be like, I'm in my G-Wagon. They're not even paying for the G-Wagon. And I'm like, uyaswenkela ngento ongayowni.
Eish.
Aye.
But that's maybe they too broken, when I'm saying.
Yeah, we are too broken.
Yeah.
Not only them, they are a reflection of us. We are broken. It's because we come from this low self-esteem where we think that being black is this ugly space, it's poverty, it's dirty. So we're all trying to prove that I'm not that. Let me put on this. I'm not that, for you to show that I'm not that. So we're going through that. We're going through that. I'm not black and poor. Instead of saying, I am black, guys, what are we doing?
Let's go. And for me, I think it's nice to be black too.
It's so nice to be black.
Yeah, I come from deep down in Makai, and but it's just nice. Every time I go there, I get different energy, like compared to when I'm here.
Yeah.
It's nice, and I make it a point when I'm home. My old lady loves farming. She goes out and she wakes up every day in the morning. So I join her sometimes, go to the field when she farms, and but it's nice. You get that feeling,
Because the earth is God.
Eish.
The earth is God. That's who we are. We are part of nature. So this excluding ourselves from nature is what's killing us. Especially Tina Zabanda Babnyama, our relationship with nature is very sacred. So the more we're moving into this Western material life, is the further we're
something away from us.
We're moving further away from our spirituality. And then it takes away our wealth and our strength as a nation. Because now we're this confused looking bunch with funny, people but dagi where they don't even have their real hair on. It's just a mess.
I see why, by the way, Utanda Uzikona so much, because Uzikona, like, she goes natural, like deep.
But I was so hurt on the podcast when she said she puts on her weaves and whatever. I was like, no, you're killing your brand. Don't do that.
But I've never seen her with a weave.
Thank God, even me too. Thank God, because I'll be so hurt. I'll be so upset.
Because I know you love
it. But I do. I've got such a there's certain people where I'm just like, oh my God, you're so amazing. Even like Advocate Nkwebane, I'm always like, oh my God, do you see what you are? There's lots of women where I'm just like, damn, you're a force. But we just live in this patriarchal and toxic masculinity, South Africa, where you're not being given the platform that you rightfully deserve. So yeah.
Do you have a man where you would say, like Uzikon, which I really like this guy, and not like in terms of dating or whatever, like Uzikon, like from the distance, because when are you always like pro women, like?
No, you'd be so surprised. I get along with guys so well.
I know that. I'm just asking, Gucci. Do you have someone
are there guys that definitely? There's definitely guys where I'm just like, oh, that's dope, but I don't want to give them a time.
Ntsiki hates, man.
Not so funny about that. When people say that, do you know that
I always laugh because I'm like, which one?
Thank you. I was about to say, my following is predominantly men, especially when it's my thoughts and ideas. At shows, it's women who come to the front who love my work, my girl energy. But in terms of unpacking issues and engaging and my Twitter accounts and stuff, it's men.
The following.
It's because
Amazing,
because women are more emotional. I get it. The men want to be practical and unpack and be intellectual space, and so actually, I have more men following me than women. It's very interesting.
So do you have someone in your life like a man?
Why do you want to know?
Because
For what? You're asking for a friend.
I'm asking for a friend because there's someone says, Siya, you're doing a podcast with Ntsiki. Yo, I really love that woman. Oh my word. Yo, I really love her. I said, no, I'm gonna ask her if she has someone. So that at least ngibone ukuthi unama chances njayami ukuthi ungabhayizi yabo.
By the way, I love this painting. You know that.
I've been looking at it.
No, but really, I've been looking at it the whole. You not keep me.
It's a beautiful painting.
It's a beautiful painting.
And it's here on purpose because I know you love nature.
It's so gorgeous.
But you have to answer me.
I wish I could take it home. Can I take it home? Can I have it as a gift?
Only if you answer me honestly.
If I answer you, would you definitely give it to me?
Honestly.
If you don't give it to me, I'm going to ruin your podcast. I'm going to give it some bad publicity. I'm going to tweet. I'm going to be like, yeah, this guy, there's a crook. He's a scammer. Guys, don't follow CIA music. He's a scammer. I'm taking this home with me. I love the shine, everything. Yeah, I'm taking it home with me.
And I know you can do that.
Of course I can do it.
Because I know you're capable of doing it, but don't do that.
You know, people are so scared of me doing that. Everywhere I go, they're like, yo, but Ntsiki is going to tweet us.
But you're not like that,
And I'm not.
No, you're not like that. You're not like that. I remember we had a disagreement on something. And you went on Twitter, but you never mentioned names or whatever, but you were just
venting.
Venting and whatever.
Yeah.
And I could see, and I called you and said, no, but this and that, but you were angry about that, but you never mentioned names and compromising people, whatever.
No.
So I respect that about you, especially from that incident.
Yeah, I will.
But you have to answer me there.
Do you want to give me someone special, Siya?
Yeah, there's a lot of names that I know.
Can you think of something? Let's have. I think we must have a bachelorette for me, please. We must go on all these dates. We shoot there.
Okay, we're gonna go to the Eastern Cape.
Send the bachelorette vibe,
yes.
And I got dates. We shoot it and whatever.
That's it.
That'd be so dope.
That's it. That'd be dope, eh? That would be nice. So guys,
no, but the nice guys won't come.
Ntsiki, we're available, single, the Akomchita, Ukrandi. Sister really grandy.
I don't know.
She
I don't know.
She looks 30, but she just turned 41. Ukraine kahle. So Bafit, you know what to do.
Advert. Who says I want a man? Who says I don't want a woman?
Oh snap, yeah.
Anything can happen in this life. Because I've actually also realized that women make better lovers than men.
When did you realize this?
Just watching, I can see the girls are much nicer. Much nicer. The boys are messed up. You're insensitive. You don't call. Girls, even when we're just friends, they'll be like, hi, Chomi, did you get home safely? Hi, Chomi, you're fine. We ask it's so gentle. So I think girls make better lovers than men.
Than men?
It's just that I might have to borrow somebody's penis every once in a while. Thank you.
Nala.
Oh, nyabong.
So once in a while you would like to
once in a while I like the penis. The penis is my friend.
Jeez.
My friend. We have very good conversations.
Now and again. That's dope. That's
been a very scarce friend this year, though, I must say. But we are friends.
That's dope. That's dope. Yeah.
Bye, Siya. Thanks for having me.
I'm lost for words.
I know. That's
I'm
like
thinking,
again.
Damn. Not as going to in ending this, this conversation,
Because it's time to party now.
It's time to party. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trust me, yeah.
September.
Yo,
South Africa,
yo,
September.
Yo.
It's just
And plus,
like-
you just had your birthday last week.
You understand?
So,
I'm like, you guys
Mushito Tsolapile, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Gaupatu.
You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Thank you.
No, I'm not even gonna waste your time. Like,
Thank you.
thank you very much for a dope conversation.
Thank you.
I think
yeah.
I think this will be like part one. I still need to have you to talk about other things. You know.
Yeah.
I think you're doing a lot of things, and the next time we coming through here, we'll bring your work that you do your
My
handwork.
beadwork.
Yeah. Bring it through, so that you can showcase the people, and we can do we'll do a different feel, a bit of music that you're doing, you know, what you're busy with now in terms of, so like current affairs
Yes.
about your life. So that would be made part 2. But I think now
We've covered part 1.
we've covered part 1. Like it's time to party. Like I agree with you.
It's time to party,
It's
man.
time to
It's time
Thank
to
you
party,
so much
man.
for coming
Thanks
through.
for having me.
Thank you
Priya.
so much.
Love and light.
Damn! Damn! Switch off the cameras.
Damn!
Damn!
Boo,
Switch off the
boo,
cameras.
boo, boo, boo. Thank you, guys.
She says that there was something